Hi guys, it's Jen. Welcome to 50s Plus. Today will predominantly be a strength class and you will require a couple of medium-sized dumbbells for the work that you'll be doing, and also you will need a water bottle and a towel. You won't need to get down on the floor, so you won't need a mat there at all. So I'm going to give you a moment just to go and grab that and then we'll get on with the warm-up. Thank you. Okay, we're going to get on with the warm-up. Warm-up's going to take about sort of 9 or 10 minutes and we're going to start with punching out. So, feet is going to be directly underneath my hips and my fists up in front and I'm punching out in front. And we're going to do 40 seconds on with 20 seconds rest. I'm going to get the body warmed up and ready for the main piece today. Keep punching. You've got 25 seconds. Keep it going. We're nearly there. 10 seconds. Brilliant. Okay, so the second exercise of part of our warm-up is going to be a hamstring curls. So we're going to be bringing the heel up from behind and bringing it as far into our bottom, trying to warm up the back of the leg. We can add a little bit of a bounce into it if we want to. So we're stepping side to side. It's a warm-up, so just nice and steady. Just try and draw that heel up as high as you can. Don't worry if your foot doesn't come up as high as mine, that's not a problem. And like I said, you can just step it out or you can put a little bounce into it if you want to. We've got 30 seconds. And 10 seconds on the clock. Okay, the next movement as part of our warm-up is going to be a shallow squat. Just come as low as you feel comfortable. Remember, it is a warm-up, so designed to warm up ankles, knees and hips. Feet are just going to go slightly wider than hip width apart. I'll stand to the side so you can see me. Chest up nice and tall, arms up, and I'm coming down. Imagine you're trying to sit down on the back of your heels. Just nice and gentle, slow tempo, doesn't have to be rushed. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to move back around. So remember, we've got our punching out as our next exercise. Again, just keep your feet just slightly wider, bit of a wide stance, feel nice and stable. Fists up in front and we're punching out. Let's do this. Keep it going, guys. If you can't go as quick as me, then you want to slow it down, and that's absolutely fine as well. But the idea is to get that heart rate up. So let's get a little bit of speed going. We've got 10 seconds. Keep it going. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we're back into those hamstring curls. We've got 15 seconds on the clock, so take a little moment. Remember, we step to the side and we curl up. Okay, let's do this. Oh, mind where you are. No kicking the fence behind. Another 20 seconds, keep it going. Well done. Okay, so we go back into those shallow squats. So remember, feet stay nice and wide, toes turned out, chest up tall. And we're going to go in 5 seconds. Okay, so down we come, nice and slow. Quality reps. Once we finished our squats, we're just going to run through those movements once more through before we start our main piece today. Okay, excellent. So we've just got one more round through. Remember, we're doing our punching out to start with. I'm keeping my feet wide, nice stable base, fists up in front, and we're going to go in 6 seconds. Okay, and I'm punching forward. We've got 30 seconds, keep those arms going. 20 seconds. You should be starting to feel warm now. Okay, great. Into those hamstring curls. So we've got 10 seconds. Remember, we're stepping to the side and bringing that heel up. 3 seconds. Let's go. We can go a little bit faster this time. Body's started to be warmer. All our ligaments and tendons are a little bit more resilient now to the movements. "20 seconds. Okay, brilliant. So we've just got that squat. Remember, nice and wide on the feet, chest up tall, toes turned out. We're going to go in 5 seconds. Coming down and then back up. Make sure you're looking forward, not looking down at the floor. Keep that chest up tall, keep your lungs open. And we're just going for steady reps. We've got 20 seconds. Keep it going. Okay, brilliant. Shake it out. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds rest, grab a drink, and then we're going to come back in and we're going to start our main piece today. As I said, a couple of light to medium dumbbells. If you haven't got any weights and you can grab some tins of beans, you could get a couple of water bottles. You could do some of the movements completely without weight, that's not a problem. And we maybe look for an alternative on the ones that you do actually need one for. But anything that's weighted, like I said, will be useful and you can utilise as long as you can hold on to them. So I'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to get on with the main workout. So like I said, you'll need a couple of weights or dumbbells in your hands. We've got 8 exercises and we're going to do 4 rounds. We're going to be working for 40 seconds with 20 seconds rest. The first exercise, use the first round just to get familiar with the movements. We're going to do a front to side raise. So we're going to come up in front, we're going to move around to the side and then back down again. Up to the front, round to the side, and back down again. If that's too much, you could just do it as a front raise or you could just do it as a side raise. But if you can, so up to the front, round to the side. Note my elbows are staying locked out and coming down. Okay, so work for quality, not quantity. So don't rush the movements. Make sure your body is moving correctly. Brilliant. Okay, so the next movement is going to be a squat. I'm going to have the weights up onto my shoulders and my elbows up in front. I could also hold them in front together if I wanted to, in a front hold. It depends on the shape and what's comfortable for you. I'm going to put them onto my shoulders and I'm going to come down into a squat. So chest up nice and tall and I'm coming down. I'm going to try and go a little bit deeper than I did in the warm-up. But make sure your heels stay on the ground. If you struggle, just try and go a little bit wider and maybe turn those feet out a little bit more. Everybody is different when it comes to squats. Some people just need to go a bit wider. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the dumbbells down and I want to place them to the side of the body and I want to roll the shoulders back so they're going to sit nicely and my upper back is nice and flat. My feet now are going to be underneath my hips and I'm going to do what we call a deadlift or a Romanian deadlift, which is a straight leg deadlift. So my shins stay vertical. I'm going to actually just push my hips back. So imagine there's a little window behind you and you're trying to stick your bottom through the window, as someone said to me the other day, and I think that works really well. So we're going to push our hips back and push that bottom through the window and come as far as my hamstrings will permit me, and then I'm going to come back up again and squeeze my glutes to the top. Note my back position, staying flat, and my head follows the movement to make sure that my neck stays in a neutral position as well. I only go as far as my hamstrings I can go. If I try to go any further, I'll start to round out and drop forward, and that's not a nice position. So you might only go as far as your knees, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, fourth exercise, we're going to get a bit of weighted cardio into this one. So the punches we were doing, I want you to hold on to the weights if you can, if they're not too heavy for you, and we're going to use them for punching. What I'd like you to do this time, because we're using weights, I want you to stand in a boxer stance, so one foot in front of the other. Set your shoulders back and we're punching out. Now this time you're not going to do it as quickly because we've got the weights in our hands and we're just punching forward. A little burn in the shoulders. If you find the weights you've got don't work for you, then maybe just grab your water bottle and use that. If that doesn't work, go back to what we did in the warm-up. Just punching forward. Well done. Okay. So now I'm going to work my back a little bit more. So I'm going to take the same position I do with my deadlift. My feet are going to be directly underneath my hips. I'm going to push that bottom back. Again, imagine that little small window that you're trying to get your bottom through. Push it back. And I'm going to hold this position this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the weights up, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and the weights are coming into my side pockets, okay? This makes sure that I'm targeting my back. If I go too high up here, I start jacking up my trapezius, which are those muscles around the neck, and sometimes that can cause a bit of discomfort. Another 10 seconds. Okay, well done. So now we're going to do a side lunge. Now with a side lunge you can do this with or without the weights. Start with your feet together. I'm stepping out to the side and I'm bending my outside leg. Note the position of the dumbbells are going each side of the bent leg, okay? You will have a little lean forward, a little hinge back. So a little bit of coordination is involved in this one as well. So as I said, slow and steady today. Nice, good quality movements. Don't rush what you're doing. Make sure you're moving well. Just make sure that inside leg stays straight and the outside leg is the one that's bending. Okay, you might want to just grab one dumbbell to start with for this next one, just to see how you get on. We're going to do a front hold. So for the full 40 seconds, we're going to hold the weight up in front. Okay, I'll stand to the side so you can see me. Make sure you're not leaning back. So tuck your tummy in, squeeze your glutes, raise it up in front. And your challenge is to hold the weight for the full time. If you discover after the first round this isn't very challenging for you, that's when you can look at grabbing the other weight. So keep holding, we've got another 18 seconds. Nearly there, 5 seconds. Okay, brilliant, drop that one down. So final one, we're going to march, grab both your weights, pop them by your side, and we're going to march on the spot. And we are going in 4 seconds. So roll the shoulders back, make sure the chest is up tall, and you're going to march. The ground below me is wet today. I think it's about time I put some grass seed down. So sorry for the squelching. We have got 20 seconds. Keep those legs coming up, those knees coming up in front. Got another 14 seconds and then we're going to take a little 30-second rest. And that's our first round done, so we've got 3 more rounds to do. 3, 2, 1. Okay, brilliant, fantastic. So, pop your weights down, take a second. I'll give you 30 on the clock and then I'll jump back in with you. Okay, let's jump back in for that second round. You've had your break. Remember, we're doing our front to side raise. So dumbbells come up in front, round to the side and back down again. Again, this can be done with or without the weights. It does depend on what weight you've got. Another 8 seconds. Okay, brilliant. So we've got a squat coming up next. So take the rest. You've got 15 seconds on the clock. As I do, these are going to come up. I am resting them just slightly on the shoulders. My elbows aren't out to the side though, so my elbows are at more a 45-degree angle. But my elbows are up as well, don't let them drop forward. Chest up nice and tall, down into my squat. Another 10 seconds. Okay, brilliant. Apologies. I'm getting eaten alive by the wildlife today. So we've got another 8 seconds. We're going to go into our deadlift. So grab your weights, have them to the side, push the hips back, and then come back up again. Push the hips back. Make sure the dumbbells stay right next to the legs. They're not coming out in front. And your head is following the movement. So our neck is staying in that nice neutral position. Okay, excellent. So we've got our weighted punches coming up next. So we're going to stand with one foot in front of the other. Creates a little bit more of a stable base, especially if we're using weights. I'm going to go in about 8 seconds. Brilliant. Weights coming up. Again, you can do this without. If you do it without, then I expect you to... Sorry, I am getting eaten alive. Another 7 seconds. Okay, great. So we've got our bent over row. So I'm going to push my hips back. I'm going to hold that position. Make sure my tummy's nice and tucked in so my back is protected. I'm going to go in 7 seconds. Drawing those weights into my side and then back down again. Okay, brilliant. Bring yourself out of that one. You've got your side lunge. Again, with or without. Remember, we're stepping to the side. The weights are coming either side of the outside leg and then back together. So make sure, have a little look. Bring them either side. Make sure it's just the outside leg that's bent. Okay, we've got that front hold. Now, if you found last time it was a little bit too easy, then grab the other weight as well, hold it in the other hand. If not, and it was a challenge, just holding it up in front. And just try and maintain it. You've got another 30 seconds on the clock. "15 seconds, don't give up now. Just a little bit longer." Okay, last one we've got is a weighted march, and we'll have another rest. So again, roll those shoulders back, make sure the weights sit by the side. We don't want them swinging around, we want them in a nice set position. So they just stay locked by your side, and it's just coming from the lower body, and we're stepping up, having that march. We've got 40 seconds. Once we've done this, we're at the halfway point. We've just got 2 more rounds to do, and then we'll get into a really good stretch. So you should be becoming familiar now with the movements, a little bit more confident. We've got 20 seconds. Keep those legs moving. Rest is coming. Ten seconds on the clock. Okay, take a rest, pop your weights down. Okay, this time I'm going to be a little bit longer. I'm actually going to give you a minute's rest. Take some water on board, and then we'll get going again. Okay, let's get going with round 3. So remember, we're doing our front to side raise. So grab your dumbbells, feet directly underneath my hips, up in front, round to the side and back down again. Only coming to parallel with the floor. We've got 7 seconds. Okay, well done. So we've got our squat. So remember, weights either come up here, or if you're just working with one dumbbell, you can just hold it in a front rack position in front and squat with it like that. So it's entirely up to you. I'll just hold one so I can show you what it looks like. 3, 2, 1. Coming down into our squat. Okay, so for my deadlift, I'll need both of the weights. Rolling those shoulders back, setting them to my side, feet directly underneath my hips. Okay, I'm going to push those hips all the way back. Okay, great. So we've got our weighted punches. As before, go for a split stance. Makes it a little bit more of a comfortable position. Make sure when you are in a split stance though that you're not walking a tightrope. Feet are nice and wide. Okay, and I'm punching out using the weights. Slow and steady is on this one, unless your weights are really light and you can get away with going a little bit quicker. Okay, take a rest out of that one. We've got your bent over row. Back into that deadlift stance, so my feet are underneath my hips again. Much closer together than they would be for my squat. I'm going to go in 8 seconds. I'm going to push my hips back. Load my hamstrings. Remember that analogy I used? Small little window, bottom through the window. Excellent. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Weights coming into your side pockets. Five seconds. Okay, bring yourself out of that one. We've got our side lunge. So we start with those feet together. Remember, a little bit of coordination involved in terms of the dumbbells. If you want to just ditch the dumbbells off and do it without, then that's all right. I'm going to start with my feet together. Chest up nice and tall. Stepping to the side. Weights are on either side of the outside leg. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to go for that front hold. Going in 8 seconds. Bringing it up, locking the arms out nice and straight. Making sure my back is nice and straight as well. I'm not leaning back. Nice and tight through your abdominal area. So draw that belly button in, squeeze your glutes, lock it in, keep holding. Another 20 seconds, you've got this. Okay, great, drop it down. So we've just got a weighted march, and then we've just got one more round. So you're doing really well. Okay, 10 seconds on the clock. Got this. Make sure the weights aren't swinging when you're marching. So roll the shoulders back, set them to your side. You're just marching from the lower body, so knees are coming up in front. Keeping those arms locked. Okay, 25 seconds. Keep it going. You've got rest coming. Nine seconds. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Pop the weights down. So take a minute's rest, and then we'll come back in and do the final round. Okay, let's get it into it and just get this final round done. So grab those weights. Remember, we're doing front to side raise. We're going to go in 3 seconds. Bring it up in front, round to the side, back down again. This is the round to use up that last bit of energy you've got. So now you're really familiar with the exercises. You can maybe push yourself a little bit harder through the movements. Still making sure that it's quality movements though. Don't let your form drop, especially if you're tired. And back down again. Good. Well done. Okay, so you've got 20 seconds rest. We're going to go into that squat. You've got 10 seconds. Bring those weights up, or however you're holding them. Okay, let's do this. Last set of squats. Okay, brilliant. So deadlift, final set of your deadlift. Get those feet back underneath your hips. Roll my shoulders back. Make sure the weights stick to my sides. Push the hips back. Like I said, imagine that little tiny little window. You're trying to push your bottom through. Each time you should feel a big stretch up the back of the hamstrings as you come down. Okay, great. So we've got our weighted punches. Nice split stance, make sure the feet are still in line with the hips though. Chest up tall. We're going to go in 7 seconds. Brilliant. Bring those fists up and we're punching out. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. Remember, it's the last time you'll do this. So try and use up that bit of energy you've got just to finish this up. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay. Bent over row. So again, we're targeting our back. I'm going to push my hips back, load my hamstrings. I'm tight through the midline through here. And I'm drawing into my side. Okay, excellent. We have got 3 minutes of work left and then we're going to have a lovely stretch out. We've got our side lunges. Start with your feet together or underneath your hips. We're going to go in 8 seconds. Okay, stepping to the side, bending the outside leg. If you've got weights in your hands, they run either side of the bent outside leg. If you haven't, don't worry. Go on, one more. Well done. Okay, brilliant. So we've got that front hold. If you've not been doing it with both of your dumbbells, let's be a little bit cheeky and let's give it a go with both the dumbbells just to finish it up. I know for me that will make it a lot more challenging because I'm doubling the amount of weight. Let's give this a go. Bring them up in front. Oh, I can feel it already. Keeping those arms outstretched in front, making sure that we're not arching our back. You've got 30 seconds. Keep holding. Nearly there, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. Well done. If you challenge yourself a little bit more that time. We have just got your weighted march and a lovely stretch out. So last thing, we're going to go in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, into our weighted march. Try and bring those knees up a little bit higher maybe this time than you were last time. Make sure those weights aren't swinging at the side and they're staying nice and locked. Just your legs working at the moment. You have got 20 seconds. Keep it going. Ten seconds. All the way to the end. 3, 2, And 1. Fantastic. Well done, guys. So that's all your 4 rounds done. We're going to have a lovely stretch up. I'm just going to give you 30 seconds to grab a drink, and then we'll come back in for the stretch. Okay, let's have a really nice cool down. So we're going to work from the bottom up. So I'm going to start with a nice hamstring stretch. For the hamstring stretch, I'm going to go back and just push those hips back very slightly as we were in our hinge position, but this time I'm actually going to let my sort of spine sort of roll forward and come all the way down towards the floor. I'm trying to stretch out my hamstrings and my calves, also sort of relax through my back as well. Walk your hands down your legs as far as you can come. If you need to, you can put your hands on top of your shoes. If you can put your hands down onto the floor, then great. If you can't, don't worry. And we're just going to hang out here for a little bit longer, then we're going to come out and come back down again. So each stretch looking for about 2 minutes of time to dedicate to each area. So I'm just going to roll my spine back up towards the ceiling, and then I'm going to push my hips back again and come back down again. And just let myself feel that stretch down the back of the legs. We've got another 30 seconds. If it's too much and you need to break out of this, then that's absolutely fine as well. But for anybody who is tight through the back of the legs and not very flexible, this could be highly beneficial just to spend a bit of more time in this position. And like I said, if you need to break out of it. But we've got 10 seconds left on this movement. Okay, roll yourself back up again. So I'm now going to have a look at my quads on the front. So for this one, I'm actually going to grab hold of a wall or some sort of surface, a chair, kitchen top. I'm going to bring my leg up in front, and I'm going to aim to grab my laces and then bring my heel behind. This can be done laying on the floor. If that's more comfortable, you could also try a kneeling position, if kneeling is something that you can do. Again, I'm aiming for a hold of about a minute each side. If I need to break out of it, give it a little shake out and then bring it back in again, I will do. Make sure your knees are together, chest is up tall. And then I'm going to swap it over onto the other side. So I'm going to spin myself around again. Knee up, hand onto the laces. Remember, if you need to break out of it, we're going to do another 30 seconds, so give the leg a little shake out if you need to. You can put a towel around the foot and pull the foot up behind, that also works if you're finding it hard to grab hold of the foot. Okay, bring yourself out of that one and give that one a little shake. So moving up the body into more the mid area, I'm going to have a bit of a side stretch. So I'm going to go a little bit wider on my feet just for balance purposes only. And I'm going to stretch my arm up over the top of my head. The other arm is going to slide down the side of the leg. Keeping the legs pretty straight. I can also use the other hand just to sort of rest. just to support the movement. And I'm going to move it onto the other side. Really reach over as far as you can. I'm going to carefully bring myself out of that one. I'm going to do a little bit more on each side just to really get the most out of that stretch. And then over to the other side just to finish off. Okay, I'm going to bring myself out of that one. So a couple of stretches left, one on my shoulders and then onto my back to finish. So my shoulders, I'm going to draw the arm across the body, pulling in. And I'm going to hold each side for about 40 seconds. Okay, I'm going to go on to the other side. Okay, carefully bring yourself out of that one. Final one, upper back. We've been doing our rows today as well, so I'm going to interlock the fingers. I'm going to push forward. As I push forward, I'm going to feel like my hands are being pulled. My lower back stays in a nice neutral flat position and my upper back is rounded forward. I'm trying to feel like I'm trying to separate my shoulder blades out. Really, really push forward as far as I can. I'm going to bring myself out of that one for a second and I'm going to go back in for a final 30 seconds hold. Okay, when I've done that one, I'm going to release myself out of that one. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been excellent. Look forward to coming back to you again. Maybe not in the in the short distance future, I'll actually get to see you guys face to face. If you've got any feedback or you need to know anything from us, always comments below or message us at the club. And thank you again.